Welcome to Environment Series Learning 5. In this Learning 5, we will be understanding protected areas in western and eastern states of India. Without further delay, let's hop into the video. Maharashtra. National parks in Maharashtra. We have Tadoba, through which Andari river passes through, and then we have Gugamal, Gadga river and Dola river passes through Gugamal, and then Chandoli, Varna river. You can see here on the map. You have Gagamal here. On the north of Gagamal, you can see Tapi river passing through, and Sanjay Gandhi National Park is here near Mumbai, through which Dahisar river passes through, and then we have Navigon National Park and Tadoba National Park. Through Tadoba National Park, we have Andari river passing through. And in Sanjay Gandhi National Park, we have Kanhari caves, which are 2400 years old and are a very important tourist place in Sanjay Gandhi National Park. Wildlife sanctuaries in Maharashtra, we have Koyna Wildlife Sanctuary, through which Koyna, Kandati and Solashi rivers passes through. Then Pine Ganga Wildlife Sanctuary, through which Pine Ganga passes through. You can see here Bhima Shankar Wildlife Sanctuary, through which Krishna, namely God and Bhima river passes through. And then you can see Sagareshwar Wildlife Sanctuary, and then Radhanagiri Wildlife Sanctuary, through which Krishna river tributaries, for 5 tributaries pass through this wildlife sanctuary, and you can find the other wildlife sanctuaries in here in the map. Then we have conservation sites. We have Anjaneri, which is considered as the birthplace of Hanuman. Then you can see here on the map we have Tillari on the borders of Goa and Karnataka and Maharashtra, which is a very important conservation reserve. Tiger reserves of Maharashtra, we have, you can see on the map, we have Bor, Navagor, Nagzira, then Tadoba Andheri, which is also a wildlife sanctuary, and then we have Sahyadri. These are the important tiger reserves in Maharashtra. Ramsar wetlands, we have 2 Ramsar wetlands in Maharashtra, Lonar and Nandur Madhumeshwar. Then coastal and marine biodiversity, we have Harihareshwar Savitri and then Vasai Creek. You can find the Ramsar sites here on the map. We have 2 Ramsar sites here. One is Lonar and other is Nandur Madhumeshwar. Biodiversity heritage site. This is a very important heritage site to be remembered. It's Glory of Alapalli, which is the only biodiversity heritage site in Maharashtra. Then coming to bird sanctuaries, we have Karnala Bird Sanctuary, Jayakwadi, Mayani and Nandur Madhumeshwar. Next state we have Goa. First we will complete our western states and then we will be looking at the eastern states. Goa, the only national park in Goa is Mullem National Park, and wildlife sanctuaries we have Kotigao, which is a very important wildlife sanctuary, and in cultural world heritage we have churches and convents of Goa. Yeah, you can find Bonla Wildlife Sanctuary, Mullem here, which is only national park in Goa, and then we have Kotigao Wildlife Sanctuary here in the south, which is near to Karnataka. Important coastal and marine biodiversity, we have Morjim Anjuna and the other 2. And then bird areas, we have Netravalli and Bonla, and biodiversity heritage sites Purvathalli Rai. This is also very important biodiversity heritage site to be remembered, Purvathalli Rai. Now we have the next state, Gujarat. The national parks in Gujarat you can find here on the map: Blackbuck National Park, Gir National Park, and Vansta National Park and Marine National Park. These are the important national parks in Gujarat. And through Blackbuck National Park we can find Kalubar and Gelo rivers passing through. And then through Gir National Park, which is a famous national park for Asiatic lions, have 7 rivers passing through it: Hari, Setrunji, Datardi, Singoda, Manchudri, Godavari and Raval. We have Vansda, through which Ambika, you can find Vansda here, through which Ambika river passes through. And in this national park, katas are a type of bamboos which are from 1952. There is no felling of these bamboos, which is a very important site or tourist site in this national park. And Vansda is part of Western Ghats of Sahyadri Range. You can find here Vansda National Park, which is part of Western Ghats of Sahyadri Range. Wildlife sanctuaries in Gujarat. You can find Gaga Wildlife Sanctuary, through which river Kari passes through. Then Kichadia Bird Sanctuary, which is a very important wildlife sanctuary because recently Kichadia was declared as a Ramsar site, through which river Ruparel passes through. And you can find the other wildlife sanctuaries like Purna, through which Purna river passes, Ratan Mahal Sloth Bear Wildlife Sanctuary, through which river Panam passes through, and the other wildlife sanctuaries. You can find Kijadia here, Marine, then Nal Sarovar, and the other wildlife sanctuaries on the map. Conservation sites, we have one conservation reserve, Charidan. Then Biosphere Reserve, we have Kutch and Ramsar Wetlands, Kijadia Wildlife Sanctuary, Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary, Tall Lake, and Vadwana Wetland. Cultural World Heritage Sites, we have Historic City of Ahmedabad, Rani Ki Vav, and the other Champaner Pavagat Archaeological Park. Important coastal marine, we have other four important coastal marine biodiversity: Koteshwar, Jakau, Gasabara, and Ambika. Bird sanctuaries in Gujarat, we can see Nal Sarovar Bird Sanctuary here, then Tol Bird Sanctuary, then Narara Marine National Park, and Kijadia Bird Sanctuary here. So these are the important bird sanctuaries. Then we'll move on to the eastern states. First we'll start with Bihar. So wildlife sanctuaries in Bihar, almost all the wildlife sanctuaries are on the banks of river Ganga. For example, Barela Jheel Salim Ali Bird, it's a wildlife sanctuary on the banks of river Ganges. And Gautam Buddha, which is another important wildlife sanctuary. Then Valmiki, which is also a tiger reserve. It is on the river Gandak, which is a tributary of Ganges again. National Park, we can see Valmiki, the national park through which Godak river passes, then Tiger Reserve Valmiki. Ramsar wetland, we have only one, Kabartal wetland, and Cultural World Heritage, Nalanda University. You can see the protected areas on this map of Bihar. You can find Nagi Dam, Udaipur, Valmiki Nagar here, Kaimul, Rajgir. These are the important sanctuaries in Bihar. Next we have Jharkhand. National Park, we have only one national park, Betla National Park, Elephant Reserve, Singbam, and important bird area, Udwa Lake Bird Sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuaries, we have Palamu Sanctuary, through which North Coil, the Burra rivers passes through, and this sanctuary is famous for tree species like Sal, Asan, Siddha, and many varieties of tree species. Then other wildlife sanctuaries, you can find them here. Palkot Sanctuary, through which 5 rivers pass through: Sank, Banki, Painjra, Palamara, and Torpa. And we have Lavalong Sanctuary, through which Amarnath River in the south, Chaco River in the west, and the Lilajan River in the northeast pass. You can find Lavalong here, Azaribagh, and Palamau, and Dalma, and other, Gautam Buddha in the north of Bihar, and other couple of sanctuaries of Jharkhand. Next we have Odisha. National parks in Odisha, we have Bhitarkanika, which is on the estuary of rivers Brahmani and Baityarini. Estuary is a place where 2 rivers meet. So Bhitarkanika is on the estuary of these 2 rivers. Then tiger reserves, we have Similipal and Satkosia, through which Mahanadi river passes. Then elephant reserves we have Mahanadi, Baitami, South Orissa. Biosphere reserve we have Similipal, which is also a tiger reserve. You can find wildlife sanctuaries here on the map: Satkosya Wildlife Sanctuary, and yeah, Simlipa Wildlife Sanctuary, which is also a tiger reserve. Wildlife sanctuaries: Badrama, Baisipali, Debriga Wildlife Sanctuary. Then we have cultural World Heritage Sites: Sun Temple, Konark, and biodiversity heritage sites Mandasaru. Next we have West Bengal. National parks in West Bengal: Baksa, Gorumara, which through which Murti and Raidak rivers passes through, and then Sundarbans we have Meghna river passing through Sundarbans. Wildlife sanctuaries, we have Sundarbans Wildlife Sanctuary, which is a very important sanctuary through which three rivers pass: Padma, Brahmaputra, and Meghna. Then Halide Island Wildlife Sanctuary, through which Matla river passes through, and then we have Mahananda Wildlife Sanctuary, which is between Teesta and Mahananda rivers. Yeah, you can find the wildlife sanctuaries in West Bengal here. You can see Buxar here, and then we have Holiday Island. Then you have Sundarbans here, and other wildlife sanctuaries. Conservation sites in West Bengal, we have Deol, Hijli, Tekonia, and tiger reserves Sundarbans, Baksa. Baksa and Sundarbans are two important wildlife national parks to be remembered in the point of UPSC exam. Then Elephant Reserve, Mayur Jharna, Eastern Dwars. These two are the elephant reserves. Ramsar wetland, we have three Ramsar wetlands: Sundarbans, East Kolkata, and Assam Conservation. Natural World Heritage Sites, we have Sundarbans National Park. Then Cultural World, we have Mountain Railways of India. Important coastal and marine biodiversity, we have Jambudvi, Jambuchar, and Janpat. Biodiversity hotspots, we have three: Chilkigar, Kanakdurga, Dotre, Tonglu. Thank you so much. I hope the video was helpful in understanding the protected areas. Soon I'll be back with another video explaining the protected areas in the northern Indian states. Thank you so much.